everybody, I am Donny Greshmont. I have a special guest, my buddy Jared. Today, we have our special guest right today, and we're going to be waiting for him. His name is Mr. Philip Graves, and if you know him by his real name and shit like that, I obviously call him by his name, but also I like to call him Philip Graves just to maintain that who he is. So we're gonna be talking about some honestly favorited stuff today. Honestly, I just told my buddy right here about the funniest thing that we grew up. We listened to a lot of Fall in Reverse, a little bit of Escape the Fate, Pierce the Veil, all that shit, and you're just like wondering like, why the fuck all of a sudden you hear Ronnie Radke's music in a wrestling show? Like, that kind of mind-boggling.
It's kind of a curveball.
It's kind of a curveball indeed and stuff. So anybody that was ever like a fan of wrestling growing up and shit like that would never expect that from anybody. So I don't know who the fuck is a wrestler fan out there who's not. But never expect fucking Ronnie Radke to be doped down with that shit. We're not, whatever. But
I mean, he wrestled in prison, I think, so. I mean, props to him.
So Ronnie Radke got wrestling from prison.
False charges.
Okay, he did. He learned wrestling. He went to wrestling school.
Like,
prison.
well, everyone knows the story. He was involved in like a gang. I'm just saying that he probably wrestled in prison.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, maybe he does like wrestling. I'm really not sure. What else is fucking hilarious about wrestling? So yeah, there is actually like ICP type wrestling out there too. And shit, and holy fuck, like I just like from a musical group like them, Insane Clown Posse. Fuck, I don't know who the fuck has the like a really gangster theme, but no, I don't even know who even has like an ICP like theme song, but ICP was on a wrestling show once and stuff, and it was like it was WWE or something, and it was just like what reason? They were used right in shit, so I think it's kind of funny. You like remember listening to ICP growing up, eh?
Yeah. One girl told me that someone in their school replaced the intercom with ICP. So like it was just playing throughout the entire school one day. She thought it was the funniest shit.
Yeah, like bringing Fago as like a pop for lunch with your I don't know, it's soda.
I've been to their show and they just spray pop everywhere.
Yeah,
freaking covered, dude.
Their crowds are so like mishmash, but they make fun of their own crowds, and especially like I don't know. I think they make fun of a lot of people make fun of juggalos, but then all of a sudden, I remember one time fucking Franz was fucking like shitting on the juggalos for a bit, and then all of a sudden it was just all a joke, and then he fucking Attila plays fucking Ground the Gathering of the Juggalos and shit. So it was just like all of a sudden everybody getting into wrestling, maybe like, you know, because there is wrestling at the Gathering of the Juggalos and shit. And like funny thing about Gathering of the Juggalos, every year it grows with a different weird lineup all the time and stuff. And I swear they have a fucking wrestling pit, but they also have like t-shirt contests. Of course they fucking do that. But yeah, they do wrestling. You know, yeah, they I think there was a thing called ICW or something. Insane Clown Wrestling.
Really?
I'm not sure. I might be wrong, but if you had a wrestling theme song or theme song for wrestling, if you were as a wrestler, what would you name yours? It could be any song. I don't fucking care. Whatever song it could. You don't have to name one move. You could just tell me a song.
I don't know, like the Juggle Kaplunk. I don't know.
Juggle Kaplunk. Is that your wrestling name?
The Plunks and Plunkton.
The Plunk.
That's all I could think of.
What song would you use as your theme?
I'm not trying to be a juggalo, but I'm just thinking the name is Kaplunk.
Juggle Kaplunk. Kaplunksta, Ganungsta.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you don't know. Well, what about your music theme? What would your theme like? If you were a wrestler, what song would you use?
What song would I use? I mean, no, I wouldn't do that. I just thought it'd be the worst thing ever to play the Limp Bizkit song. Like the worst. The worst song you could think about. If you picked a Limp Bizkit song,
Like Roland was a constant thing in WWE, and all I've heard in wrestling in compilations was like anything but a song by Limp Bizkit, and it was just like keep rolling, and you always see people with backward hat, fucking John Cena, backwards hats. I swear he listened to Limp Bizkit, motherfucker, listen to Limp Bizkit. But I don't know. I've watched only a couple of John Cena's movies, but whatever. Hello, whoever's buddy's watching. What's up? Just waiting on Mr. Philip Graves. What the fuck, yeah. Alright, yeah, I invited them. But yeah, wrestling lately has been like weird with music. I mean, they're all over the like people are gonna be like using like someone used "Where's My Mind." Like that's song. Where is my mind? Where is my mind? And it's by this guy's Orange Cassidy. And he puts like fucking hands in his pocket. And we're talking about Orange Cassidy. Okay, here he is. We're just waiting on go live with them. Yeah, let's go. Come on, we're waiting on you, man. Hey,
it's happening.
Hey, we were just talking about wrestling for a bit. I was just telling him about we're just actually kind of talking about ICP and the wrestling company.
Oh yeah,
and stuff. But I don't know too much about that. But I just telling him about Orange Cassidy. And Where's My Mind? Yeah, there's an Orange Cassidy.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy is like the most. He's like he does. I don't know. He does it the weird
sloth style.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy is the king of sloth style.
Sloth style wrestling. It's the type of thing that people didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
He kind of did it, I think.
So yeah, "Where's My Mind's" a song that was used, but
they changed it to what? What song did they change it
by Jefferson Airplane that was used in Indies.
Do you know what song it is though?
I fucking don't know that song.
Oh, what the fuck song is it? Dun, 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 dun. Blink, blink,
Dun, dun,
blink,
dun, dun, dun,
I'm
dun, dun,
fucking trying to remember the name of the song right now. It's on Wet Hot American Summer.
Oh yeah,
It's the theme song. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, watch any good movies lately?
Oh man, coming from Halloween, man, I would say I kind of watched Cabinet of Curiosities recently, and I was just like, okay, if I'm gonna watch something, it's morbid. It's still morbid, and I was just like, I can't watch another fucking morbid show yet and stuff like that, because you being caught in the middle of watching GCW, watching enough deathmatch wrestling, like highlights and shit, and then you're watching a horror film. It's just like you're eating a blood sandwich.
Pretty much.
But Art the Clown, can we just say Art the Clown? How fucking insane! He's like a feared clown and a feared sociopath serial killer that is a fictional killer. Like,
Yeah.
Terrifier
2?
I haven't seen it yet. We don't need fucking any spoilers, please.
It's a good movie.
What would you say it's a 10 or a 15? I would just like to hear from you. You shot him accidentally. What the hell just happened? Oh, I mean, this happens all the time. I'm still here.
Did it cut me out? Could you hear me?
I can still hear you, yeah.
Could you hear me when I was on the phone?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, it came from All Hallows Eve, Art the Clown.
Yeah, but
it was a different Art the Clown before. So
there's also the Ninth Circle.
Where does that come from?
Before that.
That's fucking crazy. So that's interesting.
To be honest, Terrifier and Terrifier 2 are probably the best ones, because everything before Terrifier wasn't David Howard Thornton. So pretty much when Damien Leone decided to cast David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown was when they really skyrocketed their success.
Hello, Philip Graves. This is my friend Jared Friesen. This is one of my best friends.
Yeah.
I was telling him also about how Soraya has a theme of one of every
WWE viewers who haven't seen it. All Elite Wrestling. Real name.
Watch it, guys, if you do, or watch GCW, or fucking watch wrestling. Okay, it's just enjoy it. Following Reverse is the theme of her song, like the band. Yeah. So, and the song is Zombified, which I found out. Do you see her hit hard hitting punches at Britt Baker? She can fucking punch.
I really haven't seen any of the wrestling since the Brawl Out.
That Brawl was pretty good. She can fucking knock her. No, that wasn't just like a fucking random like a sucker punch. That's a fucking good punch. Good punch. Yeah. I'm just thinking it's kind of funny with everything in wrestling right now. Just wrestling is taking over the world. In my opinion, a lot of fucking people know about wrestling. Cardi B knows about wrestling. It's weird.
Not really. Wrestling's kind of been around for a while. It's kind of like the trend. Like when WrestleMania started, that's when entertainment and
Ric Flair, dude, Ric Flair drip. There's a song Flair drip, and it's a gangster rap and shit. And then oh yeah, Ric Flair's gangster. He's an old man now.
Still,
but no disrespect.
But you have to go back and look at the body of work. It's just like, you know why Ric Flair's a gangster? Because guess what? You know all those black guys that are dressing up with their fucking pimpin' ass suits and their big watches, big gold chain? Guess what? Ric Flair was doing that shit on TV in the fucking late 70s, early 80s, through the 90s, into the 2000s. He was like, when you think of rappers that came up with names because of him, how about Slick Rick? Straight up.
And Slick Rick has so much to do with wrestling.
I'm the limousine riding, jet flying. Fucking, man, he's the shit, man. Like, who cares?
If we were talking about wrestling and hip-hop, that is a fucking big yes. fucking big. They're a big fucking sandwich for sure.
Man, have you seen Ric Flair in some of those rap videos? He is a
Yeah,
fuck.
I've seen a lot of them, but have you seen The Rock? The Rock was in a video once.
Oh yeah, wasn't it a Busta Rhymes video?
It was a Wyclef Jean video,
Was it?
and he was saying it doesn't matter, and that's
Oh,
his
yeah.
own. Yeah, and then he does a video with Tech 9 years later after he's done being Rock.
I thought that was with
It's like,
Cool J for some reason.
but yeah, fucking Rob Zombie had a fucking theme in wrestling for a little bit,
Edge.
and it was Red Groovy, right?
He did Edge's song.
Yeah, Red Groovy, Never Gonna Stop Me.
Never gonna stop, man. Never gonna stop.
And then I think he was all over ECW's music soundtrack shit. Yeah, it was white. Yeah, like they were using like Thunder Kiss 65 all the time.
Thunder Kiss 65 is a fucking legendary lick.
I mean, like I can't get enough of White Zombie either. I think it's way better than some of like the early Rob Zombie. No offense, but
Question for you: what do you think about John 5 quitting Rob Zombie and joining Motley Crue?
it's a fucking mistake.
That is.
And why is it a mistake?
It's fucking Motley Crue. They fucking party. It's fucking like Rob Zombie. He actually tours and parties. Like, I feel like Rob Zombie's more of a fucking hard worker than, like, no, I don't give a shit what people are going to say.
Really
They're like, they need to fucking go to bed soon.
they're legends,
Dude.
but-
They need to go to bed.
Care what any-
but like,
I like the Munsters.
I mean, I need to see it.
Unpopular personal opinion. I like the Munsters. I actually like Rob Zombie's Halloween more
Okay.
like the new version of Halloween.
Okay, well, I mean,
If you
the news version of Halloween was a coffee drinker, to be, in my opinion. It was a fucking comedic coffee drinking time with you could have a donut and stuff. And Diamond Dallas Page and fucking Devil's Rejects was even like the most funniest fucking part. It's just like, okay, so he actually likes wrestling still.
Man, have you seen Three from Hell?
Three from Hell. Who the hell's in Three from Hell?
That's when Spalding dies and Baby and Otis meet up with the Midnight Wolfman.
Oh, the Midnight Wolfman. Fucking.
Rich Drake.
Oh yeah. Richard Drake.
Drake.
Sorry. Fuck. I almost said Richard Drake. What the fuck? That's a bad.
I love all the movies.
Yeah. We're all huge gore hounds around here.
Yeah.
So for GCW, honestly, the best fucking thing going on around in wrestling. It's the third best promotion, I heard. Do you really think it's ever going to be canceled just because the amount of blood people lose and actually the lives that people have lost in wrestling?
GCW?
In GCW, yes.
I would have to say the only way I see that coming.
Yeah, I mean, like...
But because what they're selling is gathering crowds, they're actually kind of like getting more and more and more. Like, they're the biggest indie show for sure. Third biggest.
They're going to be more than an indie show if they keep this shit up.
It's on the...
That's not good.
So that means WWE just went like this, cut the grass on AEW. Actually, right now, there's like a fucking huge wrestling war going on. Like behind...
I gotta say, yeah, I've gotta be honest, like, fucking... Wrestling is crazy right now, man. Like, I've noticed a lot of stuff in the indies that are... There's so many people in indies that still have, like, fucking, like... disagreements, arguments and stuff about a lot and shit. And then, like, at the end of the day, they, you know, like, solve their differences over a match or something, you know?
You know what? I was actually thinking of stuff you wanted to talk about for your show. And I thought,
Yeah.
You know what's something that really sucks about all that shit that happened at All Out?
Yeah, let me tell you.
Oh, here, I'll tell. So now
You
that
tell
we're
me.
fucking, now that we fucking that Punk and the Young Bucks and Kenny, they're all suspended, and Ace Steel's been let go and shit like that, and they're saying Punk might not ever wrestle again. I think that was the stupidest thing ever, because you know what? They robbed us from seeing CM Punk versus Bryan Danielson. They robbed us from seeing CM Punk versus fucking Sammy Guevara. How about Punk versus Sting? Punk versus Omega? Fucking Bryan Danielson and Punk tag teaming up to go against the Bucks.
We're going against each other.
Yeah. Like actually losing the title to a valid competitor.
CM Punk turned into a bitch. I heard that's what I heard. Dude, like I fucking watched the guy die in a fucking movie. Like, and literally he looks better at dying in movies than fucking wrestling. I'm sorry.
Girl on the third floor?
No, he was in a movie with Barbara Crampton and is in.
He dies in fucking.
No, he didn't die in that one, but I wish he did.
In which?
It was like the wife's a vampire.
Jacob's
the husband,
wife.
Jacob's wife. Yeah,
he dies in that.
I thought he did, but
I don't think he does.
No, he doesn't die.
He dies in. I can't remember what movie I watched. He gets like stabbed in the neck. He's like a fucking piece of shit in that movie. Gets killed.
Like the only way he can like. I'm with Colt Cabana all the way. I'm sorry, fucking the guy's a cold.
I don't know. You know, like we're friends, but I know if you had half of my money and I had to pay you all the time, friendship would probably go away pretty quick. And then it'd be like, as soon as sometime you said one bad thing about me, if I was paying for you, that'd be it. I'd be like, fuck you, buddy. You want to fucking talk shit? I'm like that way, to be honest. Well,
I see nothing wrong with you at all.
I agree that Punk's a bitch now because everything that he did and all the choices he made in All Elite Wrestling were bad. Bad choice. You know what? I think the best choice he would have ever made in his life was to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and go back to the WWE. That would have been a bigger thing than going to AEW.
Yeah, don't go back to WWE. Fucking
he probably will. He'll go back. Watch. Hall of Fame. They'll put him in the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. He's gonna go back. I do have like a couple more things to say. So Chris Jericho being casted in Terrifier 2. It doesn't get bigger than that.
It doesn't really add to the.
It doesn't do much. I know nothing happens, but come on, you gotta understand that the wrestling universe has fucking expanded.
Well, I'd have to say just because Chris Jericho got cast in that movie is because he's friends with a lot of people that made the movie, and also he's a big horror movie fan. So
yeah,
he's kind of trying to transition into there too. Because if you haven't noticed, Chris Jericho's starting to put on the ears. He's like getting.
He needs to do horror films, in my opinion, instead of just music. His music's okay too.
Some of his music videos are like Evil Dead. I can't remember which one it is. He has like an Evil Dead music video.
I don't know who's another. It's another wrestler who did a horror film. Oh yeah, They Live. Roddy Piper from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
I was born in the same room.
Born in the same room
at St. Paul's Hospital.
Fucking, that's insane. That's insane.
Look at all my They Live stuff right there.
Do you believe there's any actually?
Do
you believe there's actually any like thoughts of anybody out there thinking about doing an Art the Clown wrestling gimmick?
Probably, but who really wants to copy anybody else?
There's a lot of copiers out there and stuff like that, and they're even using when they use like different music. There's gonna be copiers too. They're also gonna be doing do like wrestling, the same wrestling moves or wrestling style. There's fucking Freddy Krueger's out there. There's fucking stupid
Santana Jackson. Have you ever seen him? He does like all the Michael Jackson moves. He does like the moonwalk and then gives Buddy a DDT.
Clunk.
It's not bad. It's kind of cool. And then he does some
Friends
fucking
with, like, Clunk?
Kerplunk,
Kerplunk the what? The clown?
something like that.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was Kerplunk, something like.
Kerplunk.
Just if you were a juggalo, you probably have a kerplunk punch.
A Kerplunk punch.
Something like that, because it's just so juggalo.
Yeah, because yeah, because we were talking about Juggalo wrestling and stuff like that. Yeah, he was just a Kerplunk punch. That's just pretty funny.
I don't know. I'm not a juggalo.
We're never juggalos, but we have no hate against them, so whoop whoop.
Jugga-hose. You know what? ICP actually put out some pretty deep. Yeah,
They have great.
that.
They have some good
There's
music.
some crazy songs.
They have some good music, but they have some
Rappers.
really like, what?
Throw that one out there. White rappers. Clowns. Looked at like clowns. Think of that.
Yeah, that's because it makes it more of an inside joke. So
Great.
clown.
Fuck, that's a fucking deadly album.
Yeah.
I think horrorcore has definitely grown ever since fucking ICP has been around.
Never really listened to Twisted. I always used to listen to like Necro and shit.
Necro has been a fan, always been a fan and stuff, and I think if like with like New Jack using fucking that track America's Most Wanted.
No, that wasn't the name of the song. It was.
That's not the song. What?
It was called "Natural Born Killers" by Dr. Dre.
Yeah, you got it right. Natural Born Killers. It's looking really okay. We kind of gotta put it on, but if like fucking Instagram gets mad at me, I'll fucking.
Oh, good. I got it. I got
Okay.
it here on my shit. Hold on.
Yeah.
I got you.
Something.
I
You
got
gotta like. You should probably like. Have a little session, but keep it going and stuff. You know what I mean? Just like
Hold on. This is
loud.
our fallen New Jack.
My name is on the front.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh my god! Advertise this.
Fuck these ads. New Jack would say, fuck this bitch. I'm gonna sniff some cocaine or some shit. And then I'm gonna go fucking throw you off a fucking roof or some fucking shit or something you'd say. Here you go. New Jack.
Shit, I'm tired as fuck. Come on, man, let's get the fuck home.
Listen, I hate this neighborhood.
Oh, shit.
Just keep walking, don't turn around.
Go again.
You and you motherfucking bitch, what's up?
Fucking with me. Fuck you, nigga, 'cause I can.
Top comment. Rest in peace to the original gangster of hardcore wrestling forever. Most hype.
Okay, I'm gonna have to show my buddy here how hardcore New Jack was here.
The hardcorest.
I think he outdoes everybody and I've ever seen anything.
Can you hear? I see the
Yeah,
devil.
you're right. Yes, it's featured it's Dr. Dre featuring Ice Cube. Anyways, yeah, the guy's a fucking terrifying dude. He's fucked up his brain.
Funeral home with a bullet in your dome. Fuck.
He killed some fucking white people.
Name is Revolver. Fuck, those are heavy lyrics, man. Hold you with a mag and I'll put you inside a body bag. Oh boy, killer. Fucking New Jack was the shit.
I don't know. I'll just turn it down.
My air now I can't tell my mama because I scare her. I gotta turn that off.
Are people fucking like trick or treating 2 days after?
Because because you can't assume their minds anymore.
Okay, well, we're gonna probably gonna wrap it up here a little bit.
You don't have any final questions or things you wanted to say?
You know, I do have a couple things and stuff. We're gonna do like gonna go 10 more minutes on this one. Who do you think? Do you think that like taking the gore out of wrestling is actually good, or do you think it's ever gonna even be taken away?
I think why bother? Get hit in the face with a chair, guess what? You're probably going to start bleeding. Why make it go black and white? Everybody else knows even kids know what blood is. Like,
Do you think has ever influenced like a lot of fucking people to actually do backyard wrestling?
I think when people
Really dangerous. Do you think it's like a thing that you should do?
I've done wrestling training. Like I've paid a course and I've wrestled like to learn how to do it. And to be honest, like when you get busted open the hard way, that means guess what? Your partner who's in the ring with you performing the match is gonna bust you open. And that means that he's gonna do it with a chair or a kendo stick, or he'll rub his fucking elbow on your forehead, or something. You could blade, but that's not.
You got. I mean, okay. You got New Jack's friend Nick Gage, fucking using a fucking pizza cutter all the fucking time on people's fucking foreheads.
Yeah,
putting a fucking cut in you. People really like thinking, is that real?
I'm gonna put an end to the comparing Nick Gage to New Jack, because guess what? Nick Gage never fucking stabbed no one up for real in the ring, and they got the cops called and got fucking arrested and had to go to court because he fucking almost scalped someone. New Jack was like, guess what? New Jack was real, and Nick Gage is what a guy acting like New Jack.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, like, were they friends? Because I don't even think they were. I've never seen any footage. I've never
fucking died
about him.
Rose off the balcony.
Like, who's the guy who got thrown off the balcony?
That was Grimes. I can't remember his name.
Rick Grimes.
No,
Nick.
It wasn't Rick.
Not Rick Grimes. Something Grimes.
Something Grimes.
Oh, yeah, that happened. Yeah, he makes fucking people bleed. New Jack loves to make people bleed.
New Jack said, he goes,
and then, he was like the OG of hardcore. I believe he was.
Like, you know what makes New Jack so fascinating, I think, is that his mindset, he would have been a completely different person if he didn't grow up seeing his fucking dad shoot his mom. And, like, the things that happened to his, like, when he was a kid, when New Jack was a kid, and like, how that...
This guy's insane. Fuck sakes.
Ha!
Like, when you look at him fucking going hard on people, man, like, it's fucking New Jack. Come on, like, that's what you're going to expect. Man, but when you watch, I've never watched him do a death match wrestle like match.
Guitar, and he hits Buddy over the head with the guitar, and it has.
Yeah, I like when he fucking plays a little bit of it and smashes over someone's fucking head. Like, I don't know. This guy he never made like wrestling. He did not want wrestling to look fake.
Man, okay, there's a video. Watch New Jack versus Gypsy Joe. If you want to be, he literally beats this.
He broke his fucking yeah. A guy fell on his fucking head.
Yep.
And he literally lost everything. Like, he couldn't sleep.
Okay.
He had
Vic Grimes.
Vic Grimes.
Yeah. What happened was Vic Grimes chickened out, and New Jack pulled him off the scaffolding, and Vic Grimes landed on New Jack's head. And it cracked his skull, and all this blood and shit came out his eyes, nose, and like ears and shit, and gave him brain damage, and he went blind in the one eye. And then fucking next thing you know, months later, in this other fucking hardcore wrestling promotion, when they had the rematch, New Jack actually brought a taser to the match and tasered him up 60 feet in the air. And then after he tasered him, he threw him off the scaffolding and he was trying to throw him onto the ground, but he hit and bounced off the ropes. It's pretty fucking hardcore, man.
I'm trying to look for not ECW, but like deathmatch. I'm looking for a deathmatch wrestling match. Cause like he must have done deathmatch wrestling.
Well, that's pretty well. I don't know if New Jack ever went to like Japan or anything. Mostly the stuff I watched was like Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Oh, he was doing
all
that
the
shit.
stuff Cornette.
Okay.
Like a lot of people, they hate Cornette. I don't know why.
I don't like him either, but I don't hate him.
He knows what wrestling needs to be. He's very upfront with his opinion. What about have you watched
Versus okay, I'm trying to look for another good match instead. Like that hasn't been done.
New Jack versus
Gypsy Joe, I found one.
yeah, that's the one.
Okay, I guess.
The audience, they go, "You effing enter." They keep calling New Jack the N-word, real rank, and every time they call him the N-word, he gets madder and meaner, and he beats that fucking Gypsy Joe worse. It's hardcore.
All right, man. So, how do you think if he was still alive? Do you think he would be a part of any GCW event?
I bet you he would have showed up at like All Elite Wrestling or GCW or like maybe New Japan. Maybe not a wrestler. Maybe he would have been like a manager now. Maybe still wrestling.
What you think about okay? So we're going to talk about like anthems and shit like that. What do you think about the fucking Nick Gage's anthem?
For Whom the Bell Tolls?
Yeah,
It's a deadly one. I think top wrestling songs of all time. Fucking like you got to think of the ones that came out. Rob Van Dam, Walk, Pantera.
That was good times.
Tommy Dreamer, Man in the Box, Alice in Chains, fucking. Who else is there? There's lots of deadly ones. New Jack, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Natural Born Killers.
That's a fucking crazy song.
Like who else was there that they all had their own deadly song? Taz, it was
I'd be scared of fucking getting fucked up by New Jack.
oh fuck. He wouldn't take it easy on you. That's why I thought he was the hardcorest.
Like he had no sympathy for people.
Yeah,
He only liked a few people.
imagine if one of those people he liked was the Sandman and Sabu. Fuck, man. I have such huge respect for him.
We both had
Terrible life.
So we have two people who have something in common. We got Nick Cage and we got Sandman, who both have Metallica as their themes. This would not do good in wrestling, or it might now, because
Who had a really good theme but bailed on it and should have never bailed on it, or the gimmick himself is Broken Matt Hardy. When he ditched Broken Matt, his career went like this.
he needs to go back to Broken Matt. Yeah.
Yes, that'd be wonderful. Who's fucking calling me now?
So I think we should definitely wrap it up here, and we'll definitely be tuning in next week with our next guest here. It will be definitely on here in a bit. So catch you next week.
Who's your guest for next week?
My guest for next week, maybe it's not fully announced yet, but I guess I'll have to be promoting this in this kind of short notice and stuff. My buddy came over here and stuff, so I kind of So I'll be definitely like renouncing this in a bit. But yeah, no, I'll tell you.
Well, thanks for having me on, and have a good day.
Yeah, tune in for next week's guest. Peace.